Welcome back to learn Intermediate JavaScript on Codecademy. We're in the Classes section. This is Inheritance 5. In addition to the inherited features, child classes can contain their own properties, getters, setters, and methods. Below, we will add a uses_litter getter. The syntax for creating getters, setters, and methods is the same as it is in any other class. Here we have class cat extends animal, has this constructor which takes a name and uses litter, and then super with name passed in will run the constructor inside of our animal class and pass a name to it. Then we have this dot uses litter as a property created that will take uses litter. We then have get uses litter, and that will return this dot uses litter. In the example above, we create a uses litter getter in the cat class that returns the value saved to uses litter. Compare the cat class above to the one we created without inheritance. So it's going to be a little bit longer here because it's going to contain cat and animal class. Here we have constructor that takes a name and uses litter, then creates a name property, uses litter property, and behavior property, and assigns it name, uses litter, and 0. We then have our getters, get name, which returns this dot name, get uses litter, returns this dot uses litter, get behavior returns this dot behavior, and increment behavior will return this dot behavior incremented by 1. We decreased the number of lines required to create the cat class by about half. Yes, it did require an extra class, animal, making the reduction in the size of our code class seem moot. However, the benefits, time saved, readability, efficiency of inheritance grow as the number and size of your subclasses increase. So the more child classes we're making, the more useful inheritance will be, the more beneficial as far as time saved, readability, and efficiency. So one benefit is that when you need to change a method or property that multiple classes share, you can change the parent class instead of each subclass. Before we move past inheritance, take a moment to see how we would create an additional subclass called dog. Class dog extends animal, constructor takes name, and then it passes a name to our superclass of animal. This dog class has access to the same properties, getters, setters, and methods as the dog class we made without inheritance, and is a quarter the size. Now that we've abstracted animal daycare features, it's easier to see how you can extend animal to support other classes like rabbit, bird, or even snake. Our instructions say, use the properties and methods below to help you complete the tasks that follow. Here we have nurse. It's going to have properties of name, remaining vacation days set to 20 inside the constructor, certifications. We have methods take vacation days and add certification. It tells us under the nurse constructor, add a getter that returns the value saved to the nurse instance's certifications. Let's do that now. We'll run it. We pass. 2 says add a method called add certification under the certifications getter. The method should accept one input, new certification, inside the method. Use the push method to add the new certification value to the nurse's certifications array. Let's do that now. Run it. We do pass. 3 says, at the bottom of main.js, call the add certification method on nurse Olenek with a parameter of genetics. So let's do that here. Run it. We do pass. And 4 says log the value saved to the certifications property of nurse Olenek. Let's do that here. Run it. Let's zoom out. And we do see genetics was added to our array. So what we're learning here, we're learning that child classes can contain their own properties, getters, setters, and methods. We learned how to add our own getter method and method to our nurse class, which also inherits from the hospital employee parent class. And we learned that the syntax for creating getters, setters, and methods is the same as it is in any other class. That's what they're trying to get us to see in this lesson. Make sure to go over it and make sure it makes sense to you before moving on. And I'll see you in the next lesson.